What's going on, James Bonadies here. In this video, I'm going to share a case study that I just did a few hours ago. One of the things that I pride myself in and love doing is interviewing students who have seen success. Forget about the fact that they came from our program. They have seen success in the SMMA space, right? At this point, that's all I really care about because I want them to provide value to my YouTube channel. Now, for Dylan, he came in. He also actually invested in like a Ty Lopez program prior. Saw an ad from us, came in late 2017. And now you're going to be able to watch the evolution of how somebody goes from a generalist following this video here that I'm going to post above, but wait to the end to watch it, and how you evolve into becoming a specialist, which is just the way it happens if you hit big numbers like Dylan has at about $100,000 a month. The only way you can kind of get to that number is by becoming a specialist, but you got to start in the generalist area. Most programs, forget programs, most teachings out there will have you pick a niche first. It is the wrong way to do it. Don't really care what people think. I only know what I know based on interviewing hundreds and hundreds of business owners in this space and knowing what the commonalities are and understanding what makes success and what doesn't. So enjoy this video, watch it, take notes, because he drops a lot of golden nuggets, and I appreciate you spending the time with us today. All right, man. So what I want to do, very like just off the cuff, I got your email hitting 100,000 last month. I got your email. It was April. You hit 80,000, something like that.
Yeah, last month we did 84, so it's million run rate, and then this month we hit a little over 100.
Nice. So I'm going to dig into this a little bit.
Yep.
Sweet. First of all, how old are you? You look like young.
I'm older than I look, but I'm 31.
You look like. Some people say that I look younger than 40 or whatever the hell I am, and I'm like, I feel 43.
Yeah, everyone tells me that I look mid to low 20s. I'm like, well, sure.
Yeah,
whatever you think.
Well, the hat makes people look younger, so that's why I always wear one.
Yeah.
In case people who are watching this ever wonder why James always wears a hat, it's because I look 10 years younger when I wear one.
Fair enough.
So here we are. So sweet, man. So you're at $1 million run rate, right? You hit 100,000. You know, your name. We've never actually jumped on a Zoom before, have we?
If we did, it would have been years ago.
Yeah, because the name is very familiar to me. And so we've maybe chatted before or in a group and stuff like that. So when did you come in to the vault? Yeah,
probably, I want to say 2017.
Oh, so you were from the beginning. So you came from another program early on, or?
So let me remember. So 2017 is when I quit my corporate job and kind of started the online thing. Then it was probably fall of that year when I got hit by your ads, and then I joined it. I'm pretty sure that was 2017. So, and I'm at that point, it was, I don't know if you had something before, but it was already called LMB.
Yeah. No, that was the beginning. And what were you doing before that?
Actually, I was in the construction industry before that. So I was a general contractor. I did commercial construction estimating.
Oh, okay. So you did all the estimates for the contractors and stuff like that, ran the numbers, made sure that the project made sense. You still do any of that?
No, hell no. Boring. It was okay. It was stressful. Like it was big commercial jobs, so like multi-million dollar projects. And the construction industry is pretty cutthroat, right? So it was hard work. And before that, I was a welder, so I knew the manual side of it as well. So that was already an upgrade. But yeah, still, this is a lot better.
And so what made you get into the SMMA world, agency world?
So actually, while I was still in school, I had a co-op for a local municipality. So obviously I didn't have a lot of work to do. So I was just sitting at my computer on YouTube, and that was probably 2014, 15, 16. And I started to hear some of the rumblings of the industry coming up, right? Obviously, I saw some of Ty Lopez's first stuff, ironically enough. And then while I ended up graduating, I got a job. I got hit by Ty Lopez again because I was in some of his retargeting, obviously, and ended up purchasing his SMMA program at the beginning for like $1,000. Went through it while I was working, and I said, you know what, this looks pretty cool. Screw it, let's give it a shot. And then the next program that I ended up buying was your guys.
Nice. And when you quit your corporate job, were you making any money in this business?
No,
So you
I didn't
took,
make a dollar for like almost 6 months probably. I was doing a lot of trade work, like trying to get in with other people, doing this for that. And I think my first client I ever ended up getting was okay. So you know what? That actually gives me some clarity. It would have been a bit. It would have been probably the spring after I quit, maybe of 2018, then that I got your program. But at any rate, one guy I was doing some partner work with, he was a public speaker, young guy, entrepreneur. He's doing really well now.
Mhm.
He's got his own online coaching program. But he handed me a gym client that he had, and that was my first paying client, probably 6 months in.
Nice. 6 months. So, and how much were you making from that?
Not much, like 1,500 bucks, 1,500, something like that.
A
He
month?
got a cut, obviously. Yeah.
Sweet. And so, I'm asking these things for a reason. I'll build up to it.
Yep.
And so you're in working the business. You bought Ty Lopez's program. You bought into ours. 6 months.
hmm
No money. You get somebody hands you a gym client, and where does it go from
hmm
there?
So we got that gym client. Was going well. Then the guy who gave me the gym client ended up started paying me as well because I started running ads for him. Um, then I think I got your program, and we actually. So that was one thing. A lot of the credit that I got from your guys' program, I'm sure you'll dive into that, but just to tease it, we used some of your obviously pre-built
Prepaid
campaign
sites.
ideas. Yeah, for we picked up a financial advisor. Um,
What, the annuity campaign?
yeah, yeah, and then couple other randoms in there as well. Um, I think that was about it.
So essentially, you probably came in because those 2 page sites and being able to just get stuff up rather quickly, right?
Quick, yeah.
Uh, and so in the beginning, and I don't know where you are now, so this is what I'm going to build up to. But in the beginning,
hmm
you just took on anything you could, right? Niche wise, didn't care what it
Yes,
was,
sir.
just
Yes, sir. Just needed money and experience, right?
that's it.
So we
Money and
would take
experience.
it and start running with it. And obviously, through looking through your guys' library, we use that as a benchmark for people to entertain the idea. Obviously,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so, when did it start taking off for you? Like, you go from a couple
hmm
clients to like, all right, now this is like getting big. Like we need to
hmm
really, maybe get a team member or two or outsource certain
hmm
things. When did that start happening?
Yeah, so it's definitely been obviously hearing these numbers 2017 till now. It's been a process and a decent amount of time has gone by. Um, a little bit, I would like to think about a year in, I ended up asking my current partner, his name's Trevor, to join up with me 50-50. He would take the sales and client account management side, and I would
Mhm.
do the fulfillment and systems. So he was the first person I brought on. He was also working with me at the general contractor. We got pretty lucky. The general contractor decided to keep him on while we transitioned out because he was good at his job. So he managed to work with me for a bit without needing to get paid because he was getting paid there, and that was kind of
Yeah.
part of his gig. And then I was 100% in here. As we started to build up some money, I'd say the first year went by. Then he was able to quit full time. Um, about so quit. Year goes by. Probably that fall, call it
Yeah.
2018.
18. Yeah.
Started working. We decided to really start leaning into chiropractors, and then that's what our niche is now.
Right.
And then it's just been a slow and steady grind from there. We've doubled year over year, so that's basically the math how it's worked out. So
hmm
year over year we've doubled. This year we're on track to double again. Um, and I think it was two years ago that we took on our next staff member. And since then we're now a team of 6.
Nice. And so where are you? All right. So I asked you before about like you're just taking on all the different clients, right? You're the
Mm-hmm.
generalist. We've heard that term before. But I knew when I heard the numbers, I knew that you eventually became a specialist in some uh niche, right? That's just and I talk about it on my YouTube channel, the triangle. method,
Mhm.
which is basically saying like in the beginning, you're going to take on whatever you can, pay the bills, get you out of a job if that's what your goal is. But at some point, you will find that niche that you can now scale. And so,
Mhm.
what have you done? Number one, let me ask this. Number one, why chiropractors? And number two, now what are you doing that you didn't do that is creating this massive growth?
Yeah, so we ended up choosing chiropractors. So before I even started the agency, I was actually a patient of chiropractic. My partner was as well. And I did
What were
see
you?
a patient of chiropractic, so we
Oh,
both saw
yeah,
chiropractors.
yeah.
So we knew what it was about, and we both saw results from it. I corrected my posture by a significant amount, got rid of a lot of sciatica that I had, so I already believed in it. I knew I liked it. And then, especially at the beginning, a lot of people were talking about the chiropractic niche, and I was seeing people getting results. So you're like, you
Yeah.
know what, screw it, let's give it a
Let's go
shot.
after that. Yeah.
So we decided to give it a shot. And then once we started seeing results in it and getting consistent with it, we're like, you know what, let's just 100% full send into
All
it.
in. And
Yeah.
that's how are you finding them now?
Yeah, so now we did hit a point where we did run ads. We started getting some growth from ads. It's been almost 2 years now since we've run ads. So we ended up leaning into a power partner style model. So we found big guys in the industry, A, and B, we have a good referral program for our clients, right? Just makes sense. It's a good thing to do. And it was slow, it was gradual, but now the point we're at now, A, with the sheer quantity of clients we have, and the we're getting into some pretty good higher levels with guys now, and it's really the flywheel is really starting to kick in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so it's interesting. So, people that are watching that might watch this, in their mind, they're saying, like, they're already saying to themselves, oh, maybe I should go after the chiropractor niche. Right. And then they're saying to themselves, well, he has a referral program. What's the referral program? And then they're saying to
Mm-hmm.
themselves, and I'm making a point here because people who watch case studies like this, let's say, they think that they need to do exactly what that person did. But the reality is that you've gone through the beginning stages, right? Paid your dues, learned, messed things up, failed, right? And kept going. And then you found your foundation and your grounding. And everybody's is
Mm-hmm.
different. And so uh, if you like looked at other case studies that we always that we have in the vault and stuff like that and said I should follow that path, you can't, because you can't follow a
Mm-hmm.
middle path. You have to start in the beginning.
Yep.
And so it's very important in that you took that exact process that I know everybody has to take, which is be a generalist, make the money, find the niche that you like, and then become the specialist in the niche. And what's cool about what you're doing is that you have essentially have now created an internal referral program where you don't have to run ads, you don't have to, cold call, cold email. So I'm sure you're just getting referrals now that because you have how many clients do you have actually?
I think we're at 65 active clients at the moment, 60, 65.
And
Yep.
they're averaging 1,500.
Give or take.
And what are
Yeah.
you doing? What services are you doing?
Yep. So they're averaging around 1,500. Some we do obviously have more, some a bit less, but we tier it. Our sale, it kind of ramps up. Where was
Yeah, so
I?
65 clients,
Yes.
1,500
65
in
clients, give or
service.
take 1,500. So we're doing just your standard stuff, Facebook, Instagram. One big thing, it's another credit to you guys, is Google. So
PPC.
Google is something, yeah, PPC we started implementing, and that's been a huge game changer as far as just leveling out results, keeping things consistent. And we do dabble with TikTok, but obviously their DMA zones are just shitty still. So we're waiting
Yeah.
for that to kind of figure itself out. But when we can, we do, and we've been having success with it. But
Mhm.
those are the core services. We are starting to get into SEO and web dev now as well.
But yeah, I was going to ask about that and what like
Yeah,
Any Google business profiles and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. We're just starting to roll that out.
Now, are you're outsourcing it, or you have a team member that's going to do it?
Yeah,
Internal.
so there's another buddy of ours, bit of a whiz kid, and he just started figuring it out. We were looking for outsourcing for a little while and trying to find what made sense. And then he came to me and he's like, "Hey, dude, I'm figuring this out." And so another branch we've actually did is we invested in a clinic ourselves. So we own 40% of a clinic in our area here. So we've been using that as a test
Case study.
ground,
Yeah.
case study. So we're now doing it there. We've only been doing it for 2 months. We're in a place called North York outside of Toronto, really dense, pretty competitive, and we've already started getting on the first page for some keywords, so we know it's working. So now we already have a bunch of clients saying, because that's the easy thing now, right? We just add more value to our clients and they're all putting up their hands, and we could add another 20 to 30 grand a month literally in the next couple months just with that.
Very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. Is that when you have that, at this point, all you really need to do is bring on as many as you lose, right? And so, because now you start adding those things, and now you're upselling them, and even if you could literally even have like a marketing event with all your clients, right? That they pay $1,000 to go to and meet other chiropractors and stuff like that, or bring in other, so some things that chiropractors, like, they don't know how to sell big packages. A lot of, like my next door neighbor is a chiropractor, and he does well for himself, but he's seeing 20 patients a day at $150 a pop, right? That's how he's making his money, rather than selling those 20 patients a $3,000 package and bringing in all the money on the on the front end, right?
Right at the front. Yep.
And so them wanting to learn that, right? And so you could do those kind of things.
Yep.
Awesome, dude. So what's your plans, future plans?
So as of right now, obviously we're expanding our services so that we can provide more value to the clients we have. We are basically, we're putting a lot of focus into that. Is just building out our back end, making things as high quality as possible for our clients. Our churn rate is really low, and we take pride in that. We're trying to keep it that way, which is another reason why we've been able to grow organically, is because we have a low churn rate. So the slower inflow of about 3 to 5 new clients a month has been plenty. Obviously that's been ramping up a bit, but so keep improving our offering. Money wise, obviously we're going into the end of the year hoping to be give or take around 150. We got to probably expand the team a little bit, get a little bit more support for our core team members so that we can fulfill on this. And then from there, I guess we'll see where we're at the end of the year and hopefully keep building it out. But ideally, I'd like to keep, or should I say we would like to keep, less clients, higher ticket, keep things higher quality, cleaner, and just expand that way. Yeah. And who knows, maybe another clinic or two that we 100% own under our belt on the side for the heck of it.
You got to do something with that money, not just not just spend it.
Yes, sir.
So like on $100,000, here a lot of misconception that people have, and some people run their agency like this, is that a lot of times you'll hear like a lot of those rank and rent people say like, oh, they say they're doing 10,000, but 9,000 of it is the ad spend, right? Of the 10,000. Do you pay for clients' ad spend, or do they pay?
They pay. Yeah. Right. Their credit card.
They pay their credit card on file. So what do you think like, if you go back, right, you came into our program at 2000. We're almost done. I don't want to keep it much longer.
Yeah, no, you're good.
You came into. I actually looked. It was end of October, end of 2017 that you first initially came in. Yeah, and then Ty Lopez was a little bit before that. So what do you think could have happened, right, if you didn't find, let's say, us or the Lopez? Do you think you'd still be working? Do you think you would have started another business? Because typically successful people will always find their way, right? Yeah. And I guess my question would be, what can you attribute your success to within our program? Like, what did we help you do?
Yep. So definitely, you guys, your program, excuse me, at the beginning gave me the confidence to be able to approach anyone and everyone, because you had such a great database of campaigns. Including one that led to obviously Cairo. So that definitely helped us survive in the beginning, I would say, right? To get that money coming in, get that experience and full understanding, because in doing multiple campaigns, and that's when you really start to really understand the psychology and mindset behind how these campaigns work and getting success with them. If you can make one work and make a couple work, you can probably make anything work. So that was a huge one. And then, like I said, the Google PPC, we've definitely retained a good chunk of clients because we have PPC backing up lead flow. Yeah. And I'm going to be actually diving back into your program soon your PPC one, because I know you guys got like the call ads and a couple other things. And I'm
Yeah.
going to start testing those on our clinic just to start expanding it. So
LSA
even
ads.
still to this day, I'm using it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a big thing for anybody that might be watching this. What he's basically saying is that using fast results to basically create a foundation, so your clients aren't running back to you saying, I'm spending $1,500 a month, I'm getting no return on investment, blah blah blah, while you're building all the other assets, or you're running Facebook ads, pay-per-click ads, just work, for
Yep.
intent-based keywords. And if you know what you're doing,
100%.
they get calls, they get leads, they make money, and they don't care. As long as you keep doing that, do whatever you're
Yeah.
doing,
And no one really talks about them. Like everyone's, even to this day, and it's been a long time now, but people are still so focused on, it's obviously starting to shift and people, TikTok and YouTube and whatever, but Google, because it's so old, so to speak, still I find a lot of people, I honestly wonder if it's people's best kept secret at this point, in the sense of not pushing it and promoting it like they do for Facebook ads and Instagram ads and stuff like that.
Yeah. The reason why is because it's not sexy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And sexy doesn't sexy sells. And
Mhm.
so like you've probably seen this. Like how many 22-year-old SMMA gurus are out there selling, the sexy, shiny
Mhm.
SaaS, right? Software as a service. Like like
Oh
it's
yeah.
unbelievable. Do you
Just
think your
copy paste GHL.
it's all GoHighLevel, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like it's great.
I
But
love
if
GoHighLevel, but
yeah.
let's be real.
Now you're running all your chiropractors, I'm assuming, through GoHighLevel, right? Now, are they using it?
So yeah, we don't white label it. I know some people do utilize that and make some money on it. I mean, cool, power to you. As far as we're concerned, it's just part of our service. We just we have our logo in it, but we don't bullshit. We just go, this is the program we use, and this is how it works. We train them. I mean, some of them just inherently think that it's our software because we don't really
Right, of
we
course.
just don't talk about it, so they just think that, and our logo's on it. But outside of that, yeah, we just give them whatever access they need to be able to do the follow-ups and the tracking that they got to do, and then that's it.
So I guess my question is, since I'll make a point here, and then we'll finish with one last question. The SaaS thing, it's sexy. You have, a lot of the big GoHighLevel affiliates are just big, like earn $500 a day doing this,
Mhm.
and this, sell SaaS, right? Your chiropractors, if you have 65 chiropractors, you're doing $100,000 a year. If
Mhm.
you sold just SaaS, you would
Mhm.
do 6,000 a month, right? Instead of
Yeah.
100,000 a month,
Yeah.
right? And the next question is, if you went to a chiropractor and says, "Hey, I have this cool software. It's $497 a month. Here you go. Here's a login." Would they
Yeah.
be able to use it? Do they even give a shit about
No.
software? No.
The less they gotta look or think about that shit, the better.
And
They
that's why
just
they're
want to
willing to
treat
pay you
people.
more money.
Yeah.
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 SaaS is good, but only if the software comes with the service.
See. Yeah. Agreed.
So what you're doing is perfect. It's exactly what we're doing. It's exactly what everybody should be doing, is you attach the software as like the bonus for the
It's the
service.
bonus, yeah. I mean, like, you can work that in different ways. It's all optics at the end of the day. Numbers
Absolutely.
are what you make them, how you present it. Sure, in our minds, it's built into the price. For them, it seems like a bonus. I mean, however you want to slice it, at the end of the day, the more you can make it seem like the more they're getting for what they're spending psychologically is obviously the best. And at the end of the day, when it comes to the SaaS stuff, I've seen when people promoted it originally when it was coming out was, oh, now you can tag this on and charge more here. Now you can do this. And it's like, sure, yeah, you got to look for ways to obviously provide more and make more, which is something I talked about, but within reason. If you start looking for every little nitty gritty thing to tag on a couple more bucks, your client's gonna be like, what the hell are you doing? Right? Like, just do it differently, present it as value. If your main goal is to help your people and treat them and give them as best service as you can, you're going to win.
100%. Yeah. The best thing was like $12 a month for the missed call text back. It's just like a check. You just have to
Dink.
turn it on.
Yeah.
It gets so ugly out there. I swear to God.
I know.
All right, sweet. So first of all, congratulations. And the only last question I have for you is, people who are looking to start this business, what like number one piece of advice would you give them?
Mm-hmm. I think number one piece of advice, I think it's a phenomenal business. I love it. I enjoy it. If you're interested, definitely try it. But you got to approach it as a business still. I think even for me, when I first started, you see the beach, you see all the bullshit, and you're like, oh, money, cool.
All right.
It's still a business. You still got to grind it the hell out. You still got to do really good work, treat your clients well, and just enjoy that. Enjoy doing that. The fulfillment you get out of doing that is way better than the money you make, right? Like, I don't
Yep.
really give a shit. We're trying to build a business here and we're trying to help people. So approach it that way and not like a money milking machine, even though it can be, and it is. If you treat it the proper way, you're gonna get where you want to go with it.
100%. I always like to say that you have to treat this business like, if you know how to do a service to help a business owner, think of that business owner as being like your brother, your sister, and they're trying to make their next mortgage payment, and you have that
Yeah.
superpower, right, to
Hmm.
change their life around. If you treat everybody like that, then you will never, ever go hungry. You'll always be able to turn
Yeah.
the switch on or turn it off, depending on what you want to do.
Yeah.
So,
And we've had that with a couple clients. It's a real thing, right? A
oh yeah,
lot of these people, I mean,
change
most
their
business
life.
owners fail for a reason, right? So if you can come in, take a lot of that off their plate, it's fulfilling for you too. Like, to be able to hear a client come back like, dude, like, you helped me with this. Like, wow, I got to do this, got to do. What else could you really ask for, right?
Honestly, nothing. There's a built-in synergy in this business, right? It's not like
Mm-hmm.
e-com where you're just selling products. It's not
Yeah.
like multi-level marketing. It's a
Mm.
business that the synergy of, if I help you get to where you want to go, I will eventually get what I want. So
Yeah.
this is awesome,
Yeah.
man. I appreciate you
Sweet.
jumping on with me, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you guys, everything you've done in the program. I definitely owe a lot of this to you guys. So, yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
We will, but in the end, success is always within. All we did was provide the knowledge, but you actually followed it and
I
then
did.
found kind of your own path to
Hmm.
where you are now, which is,
Yeah.
it's the evolution that everybody goes through. So
Hmm.
congratulations, man. I appreciate your time. Anything you
Thank
need, just
you.
let me know.
Sounds good.
All right,
Take it
brother.
easy, guys.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.